Well, at one point you owed the government 103 million and you ended up settling for 250,000.
Correct.
How does a settlement like that? I mean, when you look at the difference between those two numbers, it's ridiculous.
Well, because for 20 years or so, they were claiming that I had all this money buried in banks everywhere. And that somebody actually wrote a book about it. They hired an outside firm to investigate it. And so they investigated very thoroughly for almost 20 years, to find this money, and they couldn't. And if they did, they couldn't attach it to me. So at the end of the day, you're never going to get it, and you may as well settle for something. But it took 20 years to get to that point. It wasn't like it happened overnight. So, that money, look, I always say this. If there is money out there that people allegedly say was mine, stolen gas tax money, I doubt if I'll ever get an opportunity to use it. But, let's see what happens in the future. I don't know. But I'm not counting on it at this point in time.
Can you say how much money you buried at your very height?
It was certainly over $100 million.
You had over 100 million in cash
Yes.
scattered over various bank accounts that you could actually pull out.
Yes.
And you had a Learjet.
Yes.
You had a helicopter.
Yes.
What's having a helicopter like? Because you hear people with private jets, but I've never heard of anyone who owns a helicopter.
Helicopter was the best. It was absolutely the best. We had a Bell helicopter. It was great, at the time when we were picking up money from, the various gas stations that we operated. We had a lot of cash in the helicopter at the time. The FBI could not follow me. They just couldn't. We would take off from Garden City or wherever we had it at the time and go anywhere. And I know we drove them crazy because they told me we did afterwards. They could never keep up with us. So it was the greatest tool, especially in a place like New York. We didn't worry about traffic. I used to tease some of the agents because when I was on trial in the Giuliani case, I was living out in Long Island, and I would fly in every day to Manhattan. It took me 18 minutes, and I would fly back. So I didn't have to worry about traffic, about getting there and so on and so forth. So I used to tell the agents when we were leaving, I said, got a lot of traffic now. Why don't you jump in a helicopter with me? I'll get you out there, and then, we can't do that. So, I used to tease them about it, but it was the greatest tool. If I miss anything, I miss the helicopter a lot more than the Learjet.
I bet. I don't know anyone who has a helicopter, honestly. I can't think of anybody.
It was great.
I think Kobe Bryant had a helicopter, or at least he would take a helicopter to work every day when he was playing for the Lakers.
Oh yeah, well Kobe lives out by me now in Orange County, so I can see the traffic to getting into LA, horrible. So as you know, so a helicopter would be a great tool for him.